We saw what happened to Native American cultures and the killing of the buffalo when things weren't even necessary to just annihilate it, to just beat it to death, and kill it, and take their mythology and destroy it, and then try to transform them, and as they did with Native Americans, into a Christian culture. And it did not go well. It did not go well at all. It was fucking ugly. I mean, Hitler was actually proud of this. I mean, this is not something to be... when people start saying, well, we need to get rid of that, well, how the fuck are you going to do it? It's very important. And I don't like these fucking blanket statements. If you want to, come about it with intelligent understanding and reason and what you're talking about, not just making stupid generalized questions saying, yeah, man, fuck that shit. Yeah, fuck the Muslims. Yeah, fuck religion. Fuck their culture. Fuck their heritage. I'm like, no, I'm not with you. I'm not with anybody on this shit. Like, look, I'm for reason, and I mean it for reason. For, as Sam Harris even said, reason is the guardian of love. Let's go with that fucking motto, not fuck you and all of this other shit and fuck all religion. I'm not with fuck you as an argument. I'm not with hatred as an argument.
Like if I can convince the moderate religious people with an intellectual argument to abandon their faith,
but I'm not going to do it at the
fine, great, but I'm not going to do it I'm not going to do it at the barrel of a gun. I'm certainly not going to do it, say, restrictions that I'm sure maybe fact versus religion would support. I'm not sure about Thunderbird necessarily, but fact versus religion. I remember when someone asked her, do you respect any religious person? She said no. And I'm like raising my hand like, excuse me, I think Ken Miller is worth more than most atheists I can think of at the top of my head. Even people I know, even who I love and cherish, I would say Ken Miller is more valuable to society than myself or most atheists I like.
Practicing Catholic.
And he's a Catholic.
Accepts the authority of the Vatican.
Well, the other thing is, what does it matter really with a lot of this stuff with atheism? Just because someone is an atheist and they're not seeing a literal view of a God, okay? What does that mean? Like, take a thing, someone like Stalin, who is an atheist. However, he set himself up as a fucking God. He set himself up in the entire worship of him as a leader in the traditional sense of king and God. He still set himself up with that and with ideology, supporting himself. And just because someone, and a person can be into politics and any other groupthink just as much, they can still be just because they're atheist. That doesn't mean they're any less ideological and with their actions causing them on negative effects. And more violent.
I mean, atheist just means you're not using a certain tool.
Really, being an atheist just means you're not using a certain tool,
to do bad
or a specific form of a certain tool to do bad things. I mean, let's look at Nuclear Night. Sticking to our community, let's look at Nuclear Night. She considers Lenin a great man and a great leader who said all these great things and just wanted to help people. Clearly, that's bullshit. Lenin
defended Mao.
Not nice people.
She defended Mao, too.
So,
I'm pretty sure she defended Stalin.
Yeah, she defended Mao. I'm pretty sure she defended Stalin in a lot of ways, too. This is clearly bullshit. Really, the only difference that separates, say, an atheist and a theist is the lack of a belief in God. You can be an atheist, mass murderer, genocidal dictator, i.e. Stalin is Mao, or you can be, say, a theist, loving person who has never raised their hands in violence and would die to protect their fellow man.
Like my best friend
I know, like my best friend is a Baha'i, so it's clearly a theist, clearly religious, and deeply believes in God, and I would choose her over any atheist I know.
Yeah, look, I have stated before many times, I have some creationist friends. I mean, hardcore creationist friends. But I've even given them books on, like, Unweaving the Rainbow by Richard Dawkins, and books on philosophy and neuroscience, and they've read it, and they have the capacity to learn and understand others' views. They're like, look, this is the thing that I am, but I'm not rigid with this. I'm open to learning your positions. And there's this, it's like, look, we can all live together happily. I might have this position, and that's that, and so forth, but she's like, and my creationist friends are not opposed to any other fucking point of view like that. They're not like, damn you in hell. Like, no, this is just what I'm believing, and it's not about you to them. So
like one of my closest friends I've actually known since junior high.
Like one of my closest friends I've actually known since junior high. Her name is Krista. She's a complete evangelical fundamentalist creationist Christian.
Like she completely
and
she completely
I mean not in love, but she completely loves me. Like anytime anything is wrong with me, she tries to help me. Never tries to proselytize me. If I need someone to talk to, if I need help, if I need advice, it's always there. And so whenever I hear someone like say back versus religion making the anti any religion arguments, I'm like, fuck you. I'll take any of these people, you know, before I take almost any atheist. They're principled, they have stances, and while I may not agree with a lot of their stances, a lot of them can be reasoned with. Even some of the quote literalists and extremists can be reasoned with and be brought over to a secular, I will not enforce my religion views on other people stance. And at the end of the day, even if someone says, you know, homosexuality is evil and they're going to go to hell for it, as long as they do not legislate that belief, fine. That's my stance. Fine.
Yeah. Regarding Nuclear Night, I want to get something put forth. Nuclear Night, I confronted her regarding Mao. She has since made statements anti-Mao. However, and then it goes back into this dribble saying, well, unless you really understood Marx, you really won't understand it. And then it goes into this thing of Trotsky, and it's like talking to someone who is a Muslim or something, and they're like, well, unless you really don't understand the beauty of it unless you've read the actual Arabic. And I'm like, well, fuck that. But I got on her about, well, what about, you know, things that came out of it, this anti-capitalism, where it's like, which was in the Cultural Revolution, which resulted in murder, rape, all kinds of torture to all people. And, you know, and even their children who had nothing to do with anything of their parents or grandparents. And she really had no defense whatsoever. She's like, well, it was like, let's just move on. It's like, there's nothing she could say even as an apologist for Mao on that one. But I like to say real quick, I've seen some comments, and I'm not trying to pick on anyone here, but just because I disagree heavily with fact versus religion, heavily with Nuclear Night, heavily with Thunderfoot, heavily with Alan Dershowitz, heavily with Brock Lawley, does not mean I'm going to say that they should suck my dick. Doesn't mean that I'm going to throw back ad homs at them.
I mean, I'm more of a...
I don't agree with Nuclear Night. I'm just saying, look, and it's okay in jest to say some things, but I see all too often everyone, I question fact